Hello, thank you for taking a moment to watch this video. And on this particular training, we are going to continue talking about custom fields in PhoneBurner as they pertain to the Zoho integration. Now, hopefully you've been watching the other videos, so I'm not going to go back and talk about all of those again, right? So if you haven't been watching the other videos, make sure you go back and watch those videos. Otherwise, some of this stuff may seem a little strange, may not make sense. But anyway, on our training today, we're going to talk about custom fields that are flowing over, or fields that are flowing over from Zoho into PhoneBurner that we may not want to see in PhoneBurner. So here you can see, as I'm making calls using PhoneBurner, I have a bunch of fields that have been created inside of my PhoneBurner account that match fields that exist in Zoho. So every time I launch a dial session, Zoho is going to send all of the contact details to PhoneBurner. And PhoneBurner by default is just going to create fields to capture all of that data so that you can see it, you can edit it, you can update it, and those updates will go back to Zoho. But what if you have a specific field that you no longer want to see coming over from Zoho to PhoneBurner? You're like, you know what? This field is irrelevant to me in PhoneBurner. And here's a good example of it. Email opt-out. I could care less, or I couldn't care less, probably a better way of saying that. I couldn't care less if the email opt-out data point comes from Zoho into PhoneBurner. I don't need to see that when I'm making calls in PhoneBurner. I would like to exclude that custom field from PhoneBurner. It is super easy to do that, and I'm going to show you how you can do that right now. So we're going to go over to PhoneBurner. When we're in our PhoneBurner account, we're going to click on our initials in the upper right-hand corner, and we're going to go down to Integration Settings. On the Integration Settings page, we're going to go down to the Zoho section, and we're going to go into the details of our Zoho integration. On this Zoho integration page, we're going to see a bunch of information here. I highly recommend you spend some time reviewing this to help you be aware of how the data flows between the two systems, but more specifically, we want to talk about how we can exclude specific fields that exist in Zoho, but we just don't want them to come over to PhoneBurner. They're just irrelevant. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. The first option is we can go right here where it says Add an Exclusion, and we can insert the API name from Zoho and click the Exclude button. Right? So we can go look up that API name in Zoho, copy and paste it, and add the exclusion. And I'm not going to go through all of that because there's a much easier way, especially for a field that already exists on the PhoneBurner side. So rather than coming in here and adding an exclusion here, I go down below and I'll see a list of all of the current fields that are mapping from Zoho over to PhoneBurner. So here I see a big list of all of these fields that are coming over from Zoho. So what I want to do is I want to find the field that I want to exclude. And here it is, the email opt-out, right? Email opt-out, email opt-out. That's the field I just don't care about seeing in PhoneBurner. So I can easily exclude it by doing two steps. I click on Map. That's going to create a mapping between PhoneBurner and Zoho. Now, obviously, that seems like it's not the right direction. I don't want to map it. I want to exclude it. But here's the nice thing. Once I create that mapping, I can very easily just click the Delete the Mapping button right here. When I delete the mapping, that's going to delete it from this list and automatically add it to my exclusion list. And what does that do? The next time I go to start a dial session, which I'll do right now, is it'll make sure that that specific field from Zoho does not come over to the PhoneBurner system. And we're almost there. Now you'll see I don't have an email opt-out field anymore. And so that's it. That's how easy it is, or how easy it can be, for you to exclude specific fields from coming over from Zoho to PhoneBurner, helping you keep your custom fields in the PhoneBurner system nice and clean and tidy. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and happy dialing.